when he jumped around her neck. You know who Kim Cathy is, don't you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, okay. She was a little bitty, skinny woman
Mm-hmm.
that worked upstairs on the office that Pat Hostetler worked in, I think, or up there, somewhere around where Pat Hostetler worked. And he just picked her up and swung her all over the place, and he sat down on my lap, and I'm going, I don't know whether what you sitting on me or not. But he didn't sit there very long. Then he went and got a hold of somebody else, and as long as he just sat on me, that was, okay. But when he got over there and had her sit against them double doors that was locked in a chair, and then he got on the other side of the building and he done the somersaults and landed around her neck. I had to laugh. Everybody laughed. And everybody got fired later. It took her a year to get them all fired, but she finally got them all fired. I think I was the last one she fired. She didn't actually fire me. She just told me that if I didn't retire, of course I had already started drawing my Social Security, but she told me if I didn't retire, that I wouldn't have no job because they were gonna phase my job out. And then they turned around and hired 3 people to replace me.
Hmm.
See, I had people that was keeping me informed what was going on.
You had the surveillance network.
Had three people to fill my position, and her daughter was one of them.
Mm.
That's what she wanted with my job. Oh well, that's water under the bridge. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I just wasn't ready to retire. I mean, I was tired. I was thinking about it, and I went ahead and signed up my Social Security and started on Social Security. It was reduced, you know, because I was still working.
Mm-hmm.
But then after I turned 65 in 2 months, December, January, 3rd, yeah, 65 in 2 months, then I could get Medicare and all that stuff. See, but until I turned 65, I couldn't get Medicare, and I lost a lot when I lost that job, because you just think I had my insurance. Um, my dental insurance, my life insurance, hospitalization insurance, had all that stuff. I lost all that. Um, if I could have worked another year, I'd have had a lot more money in my 401k. But I only had 33,000 in it because I didn't know that I didn't have to pay back the money that I borrowed when I got my car,
Mm-hmm.
because I borrowed the money and paid cash for the car. And I didn't know that I wouldn't have had to pay that back. But see, I was paying that back, which was probably a good thing. That just put that much more money in my 401k,
Yeah.
by putting it back. Because I put it back plus interest, and but I only had just a few more months to go, that I would have had it paid for. And of course, there was what do you call it? There's the money that you lose when you take it out. You know, of course, I was fully invested, so I really didn't lose a whole lot there, but I did lose some. You know,
I know if it's pre-tax contributions, they
Yeah.
tax you when you take it out.
yeah, yeah. But I don't know. Well, in 204, I borrowed the money and put a new furnace and the central air in here,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's been in there long enough to start falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully not while I'm still living here.
Yeah, I hope it hangs on.
Huh?
Said I hope it hangs on.
I don't know. I always felt like if I could have just worked 1 or 2 more years, you know. But I retired on January, first day of January, first or second day of January, second day of January, I guess. Um, I think it was. But I know Sherry West brought me and all my junk that I had over there home, and it had started raining and freezing and all that stuff, you know, and getting to get icy and everything. By the time we got the stuff in the house, and then she went on down the road to go home, and if the next morning it was so bad she couldn't go to work because she was like I was. She drove most of the time, but she was scared. And however, she did drive. You know.
Mm. Well, I'm scared of the ice myself.
She picked me up and everything, but you could tell she was a nervous wreck. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't drive. If she couldn't take me, I stayed at home.
Yeah, there's a guy named Jeff that I take to work that if I don't come to pick him up on my way to work, he doesn't go in either.
Who's that?
There's a man named Jeff that
Oh.
that I pick up every morning, and if I call in sick, usually he doesn't go in either.
Is he afraid of driving or don't have anything to drive?
Yeah, I don't think he has a vehicle.
Oh, okay. Well, that white Plymouth that I drove, that thing was a wreck waiting to happen.
How come?
There was something wrong with the windshield on it, and after dark, car lights come meeting you, you could not see anything. All
Mm.
you could see, it just looked like a star, big star in front of you with all kinds of lights around it and everything. You couldn't see anything.
Hmm.
There was lots of nights, especially if it was raining, uh, when Lisa was riding with me. There was lots of nights coming home that she'd roll her window down and she'd watch the side of the road so she could tell me where, where the side of the road was.
Yeah.
And I was so glad to get rid of that car because that was so dangerous like that. In the daytime, it was fine, but boy, at night. And that's the reason why I had made the deal with Pam Warren. I would come in at 7 o'clock of the morning if I could go home at 4. I'd even work a half an hour through lunch, which I did, which I shouldn't have had to do. I put my 8 hours in, and Christy thought Pam was showing favoritism. And I told her, I said, Pam, I can't see after dark, And I said, I got Lisa and Daisy in my car. Daisy was a baby. I said, I got them in my car, and I can't see. And so she agreed to that. And I was always there at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was funny, I could see dark of a morning because it was getting lighter. At night, it was just getting darker. It wasn't getting lighter.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't see. So, I don't know. But she thought that was all wrong and I shouldn't be doing that. And she put a stop to it.
Nosy.
And Pam let her do it. Pam was over her. Pam didn't have to do that. But she did, so. Of course, Lisa wasn't riding with me no more then. Does it feel like it's getting hotter in here to you?
Yeah. I think it is getting warmer. The sun's over there, directly facing you. Yeah, I put
The sun's
yeah.
the west there.
Yeah, in the morning, the sun always shines on the master bedroom and the bedroom downstairs. So it's always gets nice and toasty in there in the morning.
Well, if I leave the air conditioner on, which I do, it's cold in here in the morning. '93.
Yeah, on my way home, my car was saying it was 100 degrees.
Huh?
Yesterday, my car was saying it was 100 degrees. 100.
Yeah. Well, the time and temperature for here comes from, I think, clear out there to the airport.
That's what I've heard other people say.
Yeah.
Is that that's where the weather information comes from.
Yeah.
So that the airport can have the most up-to-date weather information. Which makes it not quite so up-to-date for us.
Yeah. I wish Scott had come got this stuff tonight, then he could just, before he came in the morning, he could go do my shopping, bring it out here, and then he could go on to work. And now he's going to have to come out here and get me. And
Yeah. Well, maybe he enjoys the ride. I would hope so.
He said if it was too hot, he'd just come get the stuff and go do it himself. You know, the heat really bothers me. I go out there, I guess it was 12:30 or so when I went out and watered plants and fed the birds and all that kind of stuff, and it was hot then.
If it's high noon,
Yeah.
that's not the time I would pick. I'd water it before the sun came up, or after it went down.
Have you still got Daisy's dog?
No, I don't have. Sassy's back at Dathy's apartment.
I hope they teach her, you know, not to get her face up in the dog's face. You know, that's why most kids get bit, because they get right in the dog's face, and some dogs will tolerate it, others won't. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and goddamn dogs, they're big mouth. You know.
Yeah, it sure does. Lots of drool for a big mouth.
Do you enjoy having it?
Wasn't bad. Well, I didn't enjoy all the hair on the floor.
Yeah.
But that's just a given. Given that it's, warming up, she's shedding her coat.
Yeah.
She definitely needed groomed, but it's not. She's a funny dog. She's a cute dog. She just has a lot of little quirky things she does that's pretty funny.
Oh.
So yeah, I enjoyed having her.
I thought about getting another one, then I think about letting them outside when it's bad, and stuff like that. And then like the 4th of July, I had 2 dogs that was so scared, that they just, poor little Snoopy, she was so afraid, when they'd start shooting them. And they used to start shooting them around here in 1st of June,
Yeah, they don't wait.
She was so scared. I thought she was going to have a heart attack. She breathed so hard, and I'm just glad I don't have anything to have to worry about that now, except me. And they start shooting fireworks, and it's like, shoot it, you ignorant. It's not even the 4th of July yet. Don't you know what time it is?
Yeah, some people just love them sounds.
They're really and truly not supposed to be any fireworks shot in the trailer park.
I'd imagine.
Because the trailers are too close together. If one would catch on fire, probably more than one involved.
Right.
So they're not supposed to. And Mr. Ed, he used to, for the 4th of July, and he posted it, no fireworks. Then the 3rd of July, he'd go up there and he mowed that whole hill off up there.
Mm-hmm.
He put up tables and all that kind of stuff for them to put their fireworks on. He said, you've got a place to go now. And not likely to set anything on fire up there, he mowed it down close. And he said, I don't want to see nobody shooting them between the trailers, around the trailers. And they pretty much